Hi guys, my name is Lakivia Lowe. I am 21 years of age and I'm here to tell you about my long journey with type 1 diabetes. My mom would tell me that when I was younger, my mom would tell me when I was younger that I wouldn't intake the milk like I was supposed to. I was throwing up. I was just not into it. So when she took me to the medical center in Macon, Georgia, she took me down there and they said they didn't know what was wrong with me. So they did a few tests and they realized that I was diagnosed with type 1 juvenile diabetes at the age of 3 months. So from the ages of 3 to 10, well, 3 months and 10 or 13, I think, and my mom would she would take care of me, and I just didn't want to do it anymore. So I wouldn't want her to do it anymore, so I would do it. And that's when I began to get slack on my A1Cs and my insulin and taking my blood sugar and doing all that. So from ages 13, 14, and 15, I was around in middle school, I think. And they would tell me, oh, it's time to come to lunch. And before lunch, oh, come to the nurse and take your blood sugar and stuff like that. And I didn't want people to ask, oh, why she keep going to the nurse, or something wrong with her, she keep going to the nurse. So I wouldn't go. And I would just go eat, knowing that I didn't take my medicine. It would be a big no. So I would just go eat and wouldn't take my medicine. So I say, like, towards the end of the day, I would just take a little units of insulin and I would just eat. So I was on big ranges of medicine. I would be on 30 units of my long-acting medicine and higher doses of sliding scale on my Humalog. So my Humalog would be the normal sliding scale, but it would be a large amount of doses, and my long-acting medicine would be like 30 units at night, because my sugars was ranging so high, and that my A1C was so high. It was, at first it was 14, and then it would range to be 18 and above. So at that point, I just didn't have any more cares in the world no more. So each time I would go to the doctor to check my A1C, it would be 18 and higher, 18 and higher, 18 and higher, till my body couldn't take no more, and I would go into DKA. And DKA is diabetic ketoacidosis. And as I would go into DKA, I would be deranged out of my mind, all into coma stance. So I would be in the hospital for about a week or so with controlled sugars, but not necessarily controlled diabetes. So I would say I would go into DKA every other year. At that same age, I would go every other year, until the doctors would be like, you know, start doing this and do that, and I just wouldn't listen. And so by the age of 16, I was still at the same pace. I would go to school, not check it, just eat, and I would miss out on meals, thinking I can miss meals. I would miss meals trying to be like the other teens, and I would eat candy and eat all kinds of unhealthy things until they caused me to be in DKA again. So at one point, my sugar had reached 1,000, and I was out of my mind. I would not be in the same state. It was like, it would hurt, like me physically, my stomach, my head, each stuff, it would hurt me physically. So by the age of 17, I was still at the same pace, So by the age of 18, I began to notice that I couldn't look at TV and I couldn't read the same. And I graduated high school, but I couldn't read or do anything. I couldn't watch TV. I couldn't look at the cell phone. I couldn't do nothing. So I would go to the eye doctor. And the eye doctor looked into my eyes and he couldn't see anything. So he would read the little thing, the letter, and he would ask me to read it, and I could not just read it. So when he put the glasses on, I could still not read it. So he said something was internally wrong with my eyes. So I went to the optometrist, and he looked down in my eyes, and I began to have cataracts. So at that point, it wasn't just cataract, it was glaucoma. So I was beginning to have glaucoma, and blood vessels had leaked, blood had leaked into my eyes, causing my pressure to go up and up to where I will begin to lose my eyesight. And so by the age of 19, going into 20, I had lost eyesight in my left eye. And it took a toll on me, but I had to embrace that, oh, my eyesight is beginning to leave. So as my eyesight began to leave, my sugars was still like at a 3 to 2. And that it was still high, but it started to come down with what I was normally at. And so by 21, at the age I am now, my vision had lost completely. So no, I'm not legally blind. It just I have vision loss to where my blood vessels leaked into my eye, and it caused it to grow in places that it didn't need to grow, and my vision began to leave. Each day, day by day, it would leave, it would leave, it would leave, until it just completely left. So I would still go to the eye doctor. They said it's not permanent vision loss. So I'm not legally blind. I just have vision loss at the moment. And it would come back at the age I'm young. So they said it would come back later on down the road. So at that, I'm still dealing with that now, to the point where my diabetes, it was controlled, but it was where it led to my kidneys started to act up. I had a high kidney count. So I was like, oh no, I cannot be on dialysis. So I began to buckle down cold turkey. I began to eat right. Don't eat many as fried foods. I eat plenty of vegetables. I do not drink any drink. I drink my flavored water and regular water in a Kool-Aid packet that I have, and I do not drink any drink. I do not eat anything with mostly a lot of carbs in it, because I don't want a huge turnaround in my diabetes. So if my sugar low, yeah, I would eat it. But if it's not low, I would not eat it. So I'm my diet, I race to eat 3 times a day. I wake up in the morning, I eat I eat midday lunch, and then I work out. I do yoga. I didn't used to exercise at all, but now I exercise. I exercise around about 5, and I have a dinner plan around about 9. Then if I snack, I'll snack at night, because I take my insulin at night, my long acting, I take it at night. So I would snack at night, because I would begin to go low in the middle of the night, to where I would be 40s and 30s, and to a paralysis state. I will be paralyzed to where I cannot move. So I try to eat at night. And that's a feeling that you don't want to feel. Because you lose your brain cells, and they constantly keep being low. You lose your brain cells, and I would be like in a paralysis state, to where I couldn't move. I couldn't eat. I couldn't do nothing. So I try to eat at night. I try to get more active as I can. To get my heart rate pumping up and at it. I try to stay busy. I go to the doctor, regular check. My thyroid is good. My circulation, my heart rate, my circulation is good, and my feet. And also, I never been on the point where I was beginning to be an amputee. But I try to not walk around with my shoes or socks off. What else? And also, again, I used to eat to where I would not begin to be full. I used to just eat to where my body be so empty that I have to go eat again. And when I went to the doctor, they told me that it was excuse me. They told me it was a gastroparesis that I was beginning to have. And that changed dramatically when I began to lower my blood sugars. So from 18, now is my A1C is now at a 9.4, and I'm beginning to get it lowered. And I'm just here to tell you that you do not have to let diabetes conquer you. You will always, and you can, and you will conquer diabetes. Type 1 juvenile diabetes will not conquer you. And I'm here to tell you that I am living proof that it does not. And I want to thank you for listening to my story. And I want to thank the people that helped me to get to where I am. And thank you so much.